Hello and good evening to the second edition of Utopian's open source radio show, brought to you by me, which is actually Yeti Guys or Jan. I'm going to phase out now Bucky's great introductionary tune, composed by Bucky Dödel exactly for that moment in time. What's on the show on the second episode? Well, actually, we got a packed episode because obviously we have to talk about Microsoft buying GitHub, which is something that Ilana is going to do when we are in the first news section. Then we're having guests. We're having Roxanne and Olivier from Belgium that have written a great new tool to use on the blockchain, which is called Force Reply. I don't know if you remember, but we have already talked about this last week, at least in a very, very short and quite overview style. For this time, we are having them live on air, so you can ask questions, and so they are going to introduce you to what the tool can do and a lot of other things as well. Then later on, we got MKT coming up with his Magic Frog topic. Great new way of storytelling that is brought to him live in different languages now. So this is going to be then later on in the show. And we are going to talk also about the VIPO topic that Utopian is now doing. So Utopian is starting a new service, and it's called VIPO. It's special for project owners, and we are quite happy that Texlat or Ilana is already here to talk about this as well with us. So it's going to be a packed show. Well, on the other hand side, what we would like to do as well is going to the audience, going to you, talk about things that is on your mind, opinions that you might have about open source topics. This is basically what this show is about. It's not just about Utopian on the Steam platform, but it's also about Utopian and the open source community in general, or movements within the open source community. Ilana, you here, my dear pink princess of mother of what? Force?
Mother of Feeds, Freer of I don't remember.
No,
I
me
honestly
neither,
don't
but it was
remember. It's a
great.
very long title. It's very impressive, which is why I don't remember it.
Yeah, it was so impressive that it was, I don't know, filling up the whole line in Steam actually.
Yeah, I know. I just kind of like Pink Princess seems kind of, I don't know, like a little toy you get for, a friend's kid. You go into the next drugstore and you see a Pink Princess. Yeah, that seems like something a kid would like, and you get that. So I was like, yeah, let's go with something a bit crazier. Let me see what I wrote. Princess of Foss News, Mother of Feeds, Writer of Content, first of her name.
Yeah, first of her name reminds me of something. I think this was also part of Game of Thrones, no?
Yeah. That's kind of where I
yeah.
stole that from. That's where I stole that from.
Well, no pun intended, Just steal wherever you want. It's fitting you.
It's if you rework it and you make it your own, it's not really stealing, it's referencing.
Yeah.
So, speaking of things that are becoming other things, you want to talk about Microsoft GitHub? You want to talk about that?
Sorry for
Very
that.
broad topic.
But this is a great introduction. Speaking of things that become other things. So,
yeah, it's not stealing. I'm not gonna say stealing because there's no theft really. They really paid a lot of money, a lot above value. Microsoft purchased GitHub for $7.5 billion. The company was valuated at about, I think, 5 a couple of years ago. So they really paid above what was actually evaluated initially. But people instantly panicked. Everybody panicked because people instantly thought that it was going to be like what happened with Skype and what happened with Nokia, and people are scared and everybody's trying to run away, flocking to competing services. But those are not necessarily the responses that are going to stay with us in the long run. There are a lot of funny memes about how people are seeing the situation, but it's going to blow over and people are going to forget. For example, do you remember that LinkedIn is owned by Microsoft? Does anybody remember that?
Is it?
Yeah, it is. LinkedIn is owned by Microsoft. They purchased it, I think. Let me just find that. The exact date.
Really? Crazy shit. Almost.
I think they did. I'm not sure. They either offered or did. I'm not sure about that. I could be wrong. But I'm pretty sure that they keep acquiring companies. So it's really like they also purchased Minecraft at some point.
Oh.
So it's very it's very common for big enterprises to pick up small companies that they think they can somehow connect to their other services. And one of the things I heard kind of said that one of the things that we will definitely be seeing on GitHub very soon is login with LinkedIn because of the Microsoft LinkedIn connection.
Yeah, most likely. But if this is the only thing that's happening, I think it's all cool, no?
Yes. By the way, they paid $26.2 billion for LinkedIn 2 years ago.
Wow, impressive.
Microsoft does indeed own LinkedIn. What they're trying to do, I think, from a technology journalist perspective, I think that what they're trying to do is bring in all the software and development professionals kind of back under their roof. Because most of these people are using either Mac or Linux, and they kind of want to bring them back in. Microsoft loves open source. Microsoft loves GitHub. Microsoft loves, people with LinkedIn profiles that are, usually tech people. So I think they're just trying to kind of consolidate this whole package that specifically targets the technical developer audience.
Which most likely makes... Oh! There it is, Amos. You killed me with that cool... how is it called in English, by the way? It's a plural comma in German.
Clippy. His name was Clippy.
Oh, yeah, it was Clippy, exactly.
His
Amos,
name was
Clippy.
I loved Clippy. Did you know that there were other animations as well? Clippy wasn't the only one. They had other ones, and they were pretty cute, too. So
yeah, but
Clippy was not the only one. There are like lots of memes going out there about let me just find that a couple of seriously funny ones I'm gonna throw in the chat between our the dog. I love the dog. MKT, that's the one. That was my favorite.
Oh, how cool that is. I've forgotten them completely.
So you can continue to our next topic, and I'm going to dump some more.
Oh yeah. Just go on.
We're done with the GDRP memes, and now we're all about the Microsoft purchasing GitHub memes.
Yeah.
That's totally the rage here.
Indeed, it is. Basically, the bad thing is, my dear mother, first of her name, I just, again forgot it. How can this be?
Just call me Lana. Just call me.
Oh
Lana.
yeah. Maybe I just stick to your name then. But somehow this is infuriating me because I think myself as being halfway intelligent, But okay, just skip to something different. The bad thing is, what I wanted to say to you is that even if you want to dump in some things now, you are in my next episode or in my next topic as well, because you created the very important project owners project. Wow, this is sounding strange.
The very important project owners club on Utopian.
Oh yeah, it's a club. Oh yeah, it's a club. Great.
Yeah, it's an exclusive club, which was kind of created sort of by accident. We needed, by we I mean Utopian and the team on Utopian. We wanted to create a whitelist for people who are interested in having their projects debugged and or promoted and have copywriting work done for them. So basically we just wanted to get project owners to either get whitelisted or start creating task requests and basically engage our developer community. So we thought of just, sending out a call, come on, make some task requests and join the wonderful community we have on the Discord, but that sounded kind of dry. So I said, you know what? Let's make this a club. Let's make this an exclusive club. And that's how the VIPO club was born. And currently, it offers a couple of services to open source projects that are normally very expensive out there. And we basically allow project owners to apply for listing as a membership as VIPO club members, and that lets them get first of all, it gives them personal assistance from community managers that hold their hands through making task requests in subjects they don't necessarily understand. Like, developers are not expected to understand much about promotion or graphics or stuff like that, or copywriting. So the community managers can help them out personally in getting started with making task requests on Utopian. And in addition, there's the whitelist, which means any of the contributors can just start promoting and debugging these projects whenever they are comfortable to do so. And we're hoping to add some more exclusive and cool features later on. Right now, the best thing is that this is a completely free service that we're offering to open source projects, and that's completely unique, and there is no such solution out there. They are all pretty expensive and are not approachable like completely for small projects.
So, Ilana, let's make an example. What projects are eligible to come into this, let's say, unique club, or into this into having this these benefits from Utopian?
Any open source project that can be beneficial to users, to the community, and that is in sufficiently ready shape to be introduced to the world. If it's just like a little bit of code and a tiny little readme, it's not ready to be a product. If it's an actual product that has bugs that need to be found, that has copywriting work that needs to be done, and that is even ready to be marketed to users, that is a good time to apply for the VIPO list.
Okay, so and if I see the Hannah already asks, when are we getting infos if we're in or not? This means that obviously Hannah already applied for it. So this is possible by going to support.utopian.io
and submitting a ticket, which I really, really hope will all be processed tomorrow. Everybody will get their replies tomorrow. We're currently sorting them out. There's quite a few applicants. We're sorting them out. And also there's a chat channel on the Discord server for project owners where they can reach out to community managers and talk to each other. And I try to lurk there a lot to make sure everybody gets an answer if they ask any questions.
Well, that's very cool, because obviously if there are a lot applications already, there is a market for that. So you can basically get, I don't know, testing services and copywriting things and help.
Exactly, and they're completely free. They're free testing services, free copywriting, free promotional services, free debugging services, and that's again something that is completely unique to Utopian and the Steam blockchain, and it doesn't exist anywhere else. Everywhere else, you gotta pay some serious bucks.
Very cool. I think so. If in the audience you have a project, and you did not apply because obviously the Hannah already did, then maybe this is a good idea thinking about applying for this service. Please remind yourself that this is quite a new service, so it's not tested as far as I understood, Ilana. So this is completely new.
There isn't really much test. There isn't much to test because these are things that we're already doing, and we sort of collected it neatly under a name. Because up until now, we haven't actually done anything really new, because up until now, project owners could join the Discord, could join the project owners channel, could create task requests for all of these categories. What we're creating is kind of like a central operation that says, okay, this is especially for project owners, and this is a free service, a free package of professional services that we're offering free.
Yeah, perfect. I think
so it is tested. Trust me, it's tested. We've had task requests made, and we've had contributors complete them, so it's absolutely tested.
Perfect.
As exactly as Diego said in the channel under the name Utopian, we're bringing the POs by the hand. We're just basically doing a lot of hand holding because they don't always know exactly what they need or exactly what to ask for. Like, you don't know if you should be promoting your app on Twitter or on Facebook, or if you need a graphic icon that is one color or multiple colors, because you don't know what works where. So these are things that we as community managers can really help open source project owners with our knowledge and our experience, which is something they normally cannot ask at all, like cannot access at all.
No, this is perfectly making sense, and it's a very, very good opportunity for all the project owners out there that are exactly lacking those skill sets, or it's not only skill sets; it's kind of a mindset.
There are fantastic developers out there who don't know how to market their product at all, and nobody discovers their product and nobody uses it because they don't know how to market it. They don't know how to, bring it to the people and say, this is how you use it. There are products that are really lacking documentation. So only those really familiar and really those who invest time get to know the products. These are things that are really easily solved as soon as you have a community of contributors who have this collection of skills, because usually developers are just that. They know how to write code, and maybe they have a few other skills that they can apply to their project. But usually they need help, and that's the beauty of open source and the community, and our ability to incentivize that is why Utopian exists.
Yeah, it's perfect. So, like I said, if you know someone, or you are in the audience having a project, or you know someone having a project and having struggles, but it's a cool project and a cool business case behind it, just direct him to the link that Utopian, that goes by the name of Diego, has already introduced into the channel, and open up a ticket, so to get evaluated, basically. Oh, what's that, Diego?
That's Utopia. That's our beautiful, wonderful mascot that we had designed by simply asking for it. We created a task request saying we want to have a mascot and a character that will represent Utopian on Discord. And we had a mass of wonderful, really, really, really cool submissions. And this is the one that was eventually chosen. It was really hard to choose because some of them were totally adorable, but this was the one that was chosen. It was by Podan RJ, and we also did the same thing with blog visual components, which we also created a task request, got some really beautiful designs, and eventually chose one. So it's really, and we want to start doing that for other things as well, like analytics, and his name is Utopi Graylin. And we want to do other stuff as well by using the community and creating task requests, and also showing project owners how task requests look, how they should look, how if we make them, then that's kind of like a really good example of what we're expecting to see in task requests.
Perfect. This is really a very, very good example of how a community can power itself, basically, by contributing to create open source project. Yeah. Anything else you wanted to add, Ilana, or are we through?
If you have any questions or suggestions for the VIPO club, feel free to chat me up on Discord. I'm always here unless I'm asleep. So feel free to chat me up, and I'll be happy to answer any question you have.
Are we getting a card, a club card? No, it's just a fun question,
That's a wonderful idea. That is actually a wonderful idea. I'm going to think about that. Thank you. I might create a task request to have someone design club membership cards for the VIPO. That is, and people can use that as a banner on their open source project website to show that it's part of, okay, you're a brilliant marketer. We need to discuss this later.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Okay, thanks a lot, Ilana, for introducing us to VIPO. Another great thing that Utopian is bringing on. Now, actually, I'm missing a bit, Roxanne, so I need to move you, Roxanne. Don't be afraid. It won't hurt, but I need to move you into the live on air room. Hello, Roxanne.
Hello. Yes, I was scared.
It does not, Ilana. It does not really. I'm now. You, you can look. I'm smiling all the time, and now it really it won't hurt. No, but you are on now because right now I wanted to talk with you and your boyfriend slash husband.
My husband.
Okay. Well, we shouldn't have clarified this before, but obviously we didn't, so I fell into this trap again. No, then it's your husband, Olivier, who is the mastermind of code behind Fast Reply, and you are obviously the lady that moves the masses. But before we talk about Fast Reply, a product that we already have talked about quite in a short while on last episode, a bit about you, Roxanne. Who are you? What are you doing?
Oh, at the moment, and for a year now, I am almost a full-time Steamian. So it's been exactly a year, but what can I tell you? Normally, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm running an NGO, non-profit organization for almost 10 years now. And what I'm doing on Steam here helps the youth with who I'm working. And so it's now say that a part of our NGO.
Okay,
What
so
do I do?
you run an NGO, did a non-government organization?
No, it's not an NGO. We call it a non-profit, but it's a non-profit, so it's not NGO. It's like an organization.
Okay, understood. Yeah, sometimes these three-letter abbreviations are quite misused, double used, or triple used even. So
and sometimes
yeah. Okay, so you are full-time Steamian.
Yeah, for a year now, but now I'm going back to the organization much more.
Okay, but how did it come to that decision? Have you been bored with your life, or just I don't know,
No, not at all. But this organization needed funds, so we don't ask any money to the state. We don't want to be. We really want to be free. So, and we are working with youth with fewer opportunities, so they don't have money to pay the project we are offering them. And we are offering them like quite great project because like we travel with them, we empower them to be entrepreneur, to develop their potential. And so I was trying to find a way to make some money for this NGO. No, not NGO, non-profit, but I don't know. Yeah, but the bad word in English, I mixed it. And I was going to start to probably to do educational courses, maybe online or stuff like that, I could raise some money for the organization. And then I stepped on Steam because of Olivier. And I had already a blog for a long time. So I was like, okay, I will just blog there for my personal use. And then when we saw that they were missing the French community, so we decided to educate people about Steam in French. So we tried to build a French community for a year. And then because we did that, it took all my time. But I'm pretty lucky. I have volunteers who work with me on the organization. So we are still running the project we do, but then we found a way on Steam to raise some.
Okay, quite interesting actually. So you helped build the French community on Steam.
I tried to.
Yeah, I'm trying to do something.
I'm not alone. Like now we have a lot of people helping every day on Discord, on the French Discord. So they do the onboarding. What I have done with Olivier, it's the educational videos. So we have done almost like one video a day for 6 or 9 months. It was quite long. And then we set up a website with all the tool, like Steam tool resources, Steam resources, what we have done. Also I'm curating posts. I'm like empowering the French community by commenting, replying comments, or I don't know, just posting and never stop to post in in
So
French.
you're kind of the French multi-tool, no? You're doing basically everything, taking by the
Yeah.
hand, helping, educating, curating, posting, everything.
Yeah, I tried to, maybe not so much more now, but now we are much more people on the French community. So I don't, like, for example, I don't reply directly to the question on Discord, for example. I know that there is a team who really do that like every day. I'm mostly posting now.
Okay. Wow, this seems to be, or you already invested a lot of efforts into this blockchain and into the support of a lot of people.
Oh, you can't imagine.
Yeah, well, a bit actually, because I'm trying to do something, or I'm since half a year trying to do something as well for the German community, but it can be quite cumbersome. So I know a bit of what you're talking. Have you ever like had a moment of doubt when you said, okay, maybe going full-time Steamian is not a super perfect idea?
But how can I explain? I had a lot of down time, but I was not doing it like only for the money, because I was doing it because I know how the Steam blockchain can be powerful for everybody. I mean, like the youth with whom I'm working, for example, if we try to empower them to be entrepreneur on Steam, you can become an entrepreneur. You can imagine, you can educate yourself, and get rewarded for that. You can use Utopian like for doing so many things, different things like translation, graphic design, and so many youth now, they are very they can use all those like Photoshop, and they have all those skills, like they can do videos and everything. So they can use the Steam blockchain to, we have, to, how you say that, to share and to just
Yeah, I
gain
agree.
some skills.
I totally
And also,
agree.
we are facing a lot of unemployment problems. So with Steam, they can create their job. So I really wanted to do this educational video, website, and everything. So then when I had understand everything about Steam, I could start to educate the people in real life. So after a year now, I'm starting for maybe 5 months to educate people in real life about Steam. And this is what I wanted. So
Yeah, great. This is really great. You already had a first meetup in Luxembourg, no?
yeah,
It was
it
just-
was not the first. It was very nice.
Yeah, I
was
almost
really
went, but I didn't. And now I'm regretting it,
No.
obviously.
You can come in Brussels.
Yeah, it's not too far away, actually. But we're not talking about my travel plans or whatever Steam meetups that are happening. We want to talk about with you about Forced Reply. Forced Reply is what exactly?
Olivier, do you want to tell them?
No, you don't need to. You don't need to go technical. I don't think.
No. Okay, so Fast Reply is a Steam tool that was designed for people with everyday, very huge amount of comment to reply. So we were focusing on influencer, community leader, or just Steamian with a lot of comment. So the idea was, it started because of a need of me. Like I really had a need of this tool. And because I was getting mad with this 3 seconds waiting for the upvote, 20 seconds for a comment. And I was like really getting crazy. And then Olivier made me this tool. But there is a reason why he made this tool now and not a few months later back when I asked it. Because I started to help Utopian to onboard the project owner. But the problem is that I really needed to understand what was the process of a project owner. So I pushed a bit Olivier to create this tool, and then I could go in the whole process of the project owner.
So basically, what you created is a showcase of a project start with Utopian. And you also created within this showcase a tool that is really usable by everybody, no?
Yes, that's exactly that.
Yeah, well, this is great. So now you know obviously the process of how things are going to be done in Utopian when you're a project owner, and on the other hand side, Steam's got a very, very cool new tool. If I
Yeah.
understood, if I understood right, this is more or less aiming or focusing at people that are having, I don't know how many, or that are wanting to comment on a lot of comments they got from the audience. No.
Olivier will tell you more about that.
The thing is,
Hi,
what we
Olivier.
try to do, yeah, hello. We try, in fact, not to focus. It was first developed for people having a huge community and having a lot of comments to reply to. But the thing is, it could be really used by anyone, I think, because what the tool brings, is it gives you a distraction-free environment. It gets for you every comment you didn't answer to, or not, or that you didn't vote for. So it just brings you everything back in one place where you have no distraction whatsoever, except to take care of your community and to be able to reply to everyone. So that's really the focus point. We really think it could be used by anyone. But the point and what we want to still work on it, because at the moment it's still a prototype, I would say. It's functional, it's working quite great actually, but it can be improved in many ways. And one way would probably be to improve the user experience and the UI, the graphical interface, so that we can have an even distraction-free, even better experience when you're commenting. That's really what we want to do.
Yeah, well, I already tested it actually, Olivier and Roxanne. It's working great. And the best thing is, like you said before, this 3 seconds and 20 seconds timer that there is for having a vote or for pushing a vote or for doing a comment, it can be quite cumbersome if you want to be fast. And what I understood from the technique is that it just stores all the things that you want to push onto the blockchain, and that it simply does this one after the other, no?
Yeah, exactly. The process actually is very, very simple behind the scenes. So what we do is we just let you comment and vote without any restriction. So you can add new action that you want to do, and that's what we call the pending actions actually. So we keep them in the browser, and every few seconds we try to send a vote or send a comment. If it's too soon, actually we just time this to be not too soon, but we try every 30 seconds for a comment and every 6 seconds for a vote. And that way we can really get them decreasing with the flow. So you don't need to worry, to wait. You don't have anything to do. You just reply without thinking about anything. And after a while, pending action are just decreasing, and then you're done. So
yeah. This is just what Rivals is showing on the screen.
Exactly. Exactly.
Great. Like I said, it works like a charm for me. And it even gives you the opportunity to vote the comments that you have gotten and that you are replying to, and do this directly with one click with your comment from yourself. So perfect. This is really a great project. It's quite focused a bit on the guys and ladies out there having a bit more communication going on the Steam blockchain. On the other hand side, it really can be used by everyone, no?
Yeah, I really think so. That's because even if you have like 5 comments, why not use this tool? Because the first thing it will do, it will gather every comment in the same place, which actually is quite great because you can easily miss a comment that someone made on an older post you've made. And,
yeah, exactly. Somewhere in that whole tree of comments, for sure there are some that we are overseeing.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. That's. I think that's one of the feature, which is it goes beyond the fact that you don't have to wait anymore. Because the thing is, you still have to wait because the pending action, while they are being processed, you see in the top right corner that the amount of pending action is decreasing, but you still have to have your browser open for them to execute. It's just that you don't have you to wait for sending those actions. But
Yeah.
that's I think that those are really two aspects of the project which are interesting. The ability to find everything very easily in one place and not having to wait, so you don't get distracted by doing something else while waiting 20 seconds. Because the 20 seconds actually makes sense at some point, but what we think is that sometimes you want to write like long comments to reply to some very interesting comments that you've been receiving. But at some point, at some other points, you just made something funny, and people are just reacting with emojis or something, and you don't want to not comment, but commenting in that case is very fast, right? So we want to be able to do that also. It's really being able to have the fun and also the seriousness. And if you want to write some long comments,
yeah, perfect. It's really an impressive tool, and like I said, I'm quite impressed on how good it's already working, and I've tested it. I've written some comments with it, and it's taking a lot of pain from my shoulders of keeping the overview. You know what I mean? I'm not missing things, and it's really great. So if you could have a wish, what would be the function that you would add directly to fast reply?
Yeah, at the moment, one of the things it's the more painful for me is the mobile support, because I'm not a designer. I really don't have any skills in like doing something good looking. So I've done what I could at the moment. I'm learning to be better and to build something better. At some point, I think we'll need to have someone help us with the design part. And I think having something, an application, a web application which is responsive and that can be used on mobile tablets would be really great. Because at the moment, if you don't use a desktop, the app will not show correctly, and the design there is broken at some point. So that's something I really want to fix as soon as possible.
Yeah, but for sure there are some developers out there leaning more or experienced more in the direction of mobile and responsiveness of web pages.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I almost said already, make a task request and
we are planning to.
Let's get going. Unleash the power of the beast.
Exactly.
Yeah, we could go on talking forever, but I just had a look to my ever watching watch and to my calendar, and for sure we were going to hear of you again when fast reply is in version, I don't know, it's now in .2, no?
Yeah, exactly. At the moment, the 2, we've made already some changes, and we have a working version with some new features like hotkey support, so you don't have to use the mouse that much, which quite good. We have also the customized signatures. So at the moment, it's sending a signature saying that you've used fast reply, but in the next version, you will be able to change and use your own. So that's something we have.
By the way, this was great. This signature on the right, it's really not too getting on the nerves. You know, it's quite slim and neat and cool.
Yeah, I think it will stay at the moment. It will stay like the default one, but we really have many people who want to use their own or just remove it. And I totally understand that's a good request, and being able to customize your signature is something we wanted to bring.
Very good.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Roxanne and Olivier, for introducing us to this great tool and for creating the tool, even if it was maybe a bit more for Roxanne as a showcase, but in the end we are quite happy having it, and thanks a lot for all the work that you invested there.
Thank you for covering it.
Yeah.
I'm happy to, actually, because this is what where the power of Utopian is coming from, and this is where the Steam blockchain is maybe the best blockchain that there is currently.
Exactly.
Thanks a lot, you two, and keep on making those wonderful tools.
New release version.
Thank you. My dear mother of fuck. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't say fuck on live radio.
Of course you should. We're all grown-ups here. We're all grown-ups here. Come on, go full on George Carlin. Full on George Carlin. This is internet radio.
You shouldn't watch the video because I'm turning bubble red, because there is some painting over my thing saying, okay, don't use swear words on live radio.
Okay, so it's just Jedi that's missing. Anyway, so what I was saying about GitHub and Microsoft and why people shouldn't worry. Nothing's going to really change. I don't think that there will be a massive change in the way that GitHub is currently handling projects, and even edgy projects that may or may not be against their business goals. I don't think they had this problem with LinkedIn, where people were against where people were doing things and that were against what Microsoft wanted, but they figured it out. They found ways to work around that. Now GitHub itself has had cases where they had to remove some repositories that were problematic. So this is something that Microsoft's probably going to continue doing. One of the main reasons people are so scared, I think, is that Microsoft still has that very old reputation of hating open source and calling Linux a cancer on software and stuff like that. They've really changed. They've really shifted their attention. And I think that one of the main reasons for that is seeing how Red Hat and SUSE are totally taking over the enterprise market. And that's basically where Microsoft is scared. They don't want to lose the enterprise market. So they're loving open source because they want the monies. Yet, are you back yet? Or am I going to bore people with more business stuff about...
Well, if I'm unmuting myself, I may even talk again.
Oh, there you are. You're back. I can start boring people about
sorry,
I
had to dive into my great OBS thingy and get the video bitrate even lower than it was before.
Is OBS open source? Is it open source? Because we really need to get some of our debuggers to fix that. What is it?
Nah, it has nothing to do with OBS. It has something to do with me having the shittiest internet connection that you can most likely have in Germany. So, yeah. So I'm trying not to move then, Ron.
That's funny. That's funny. Don't move. Don't breathe too much. If anything itches, pause the video, scratch, and then unpause. And OBS is open source. So, dear Utopian debuggers, please look at it. Go check it out. It's not in the whitelist yet, but check it out. Fix that stuff. We need our show running smoothly.
OBS is working fine. It's more or less me, really. It's something that I can fix right now because
they should be optimizing for that. They should be working around there. They should know that the audio is more important than watching you swing your sexy hair.
Yeah, well, thanks a lot, my dear. You will get payback for that.
I hope so.
I got another guest coming live on the show right now, and he's called MKT. He's from Germany, and I definitely need to remind myself not to talk German to him. If this happens, please make me aware that I switched languages and that this is a very bad thing. So, MKT, you here? I hear some microphone crackling.
Yeah, do you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, you do. Perfect. Okay.
Yes.
Hello.
Hi, MKT. Long time no see. Well,
Yeah.
actually, we never met, so this is even super wrong. It's not long time, so it's never met.
Long time no here.
Yeah, exactly. Long time no here. So, what is... Yeah, Magic MKT, exactly. This is what's happening. This is what's happening right now. So, what can you tell us? What is this frog that is jumping over the Steam blockchain?
Oh, is it already? Okay.
It's not. It is. In many languages, I saw. So, what is this frog? What are you doing?
Well, in a nutshell, you can say that the Magic Frog is a project about collaborative storytelling, where everyone gets rewarded in Steam, obviously. This is basically what it is. The inspiration for this is, first of all, I have to say that I feel really honored that I'm here, that I am given the opportunity, because this is really a project that comes right from my heart, really. Because the inspiration comes from two little, very lovely girls, which are my nieces. And we're always fooling around whenever I see them. And sometimes, when we are bored, then someone just starts with once upon a time there was a wizard, and we just start to tell a story. And then the next one says, he was very, very powerful. And the next one said, but he lost his wand and he was very sad. But luckily he had a friend. And the next one says, a frog. And that basically was the inspiration for this project. So it's it really comes right from my heart. It's basically it works like every day there is a Steam post, and the first post, it just contains once upon a time, and then people can comment. They can comment how the story should evolve. And then the community can vote on those
so
comments.
How is it selected then? So I don't know, out of 10 comments you need to select somehow how the next
Yeah, sure, it's done by voting, simply by voting. And every day the comment with the most upvotes gets appended to the story. So every 24 hours the story evolves a little bit, and it turned out to be what was in the beginning just a silly idea turned out to be quite entertaining, actually. That's basically what this project is about.
Yeah, but it's very cool. And so you started it in how many languages is this now available? I heard from Roxanne now that it's obviously in French as well.
The French version will probably start tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
But there's already a German version. The most active version is obviously the English one. That was the first one. But there will probably be a Russian one, a Chinese one, a Spanish one. And I also have a request for a Romanian version, a Dutch version. So there will be, hopefully at some point, there will be many, many languages covered by this project. Text Hebrew.
Yeah,
I have nothing
for sure,
against
Hebrew
one is also good. As long as there is a community that feeds the stories, because somehow those stories have to evolve. I'm a little bit confused because I get mentioned in the chat, and so I have to look at the chat also.
Yeah. This is quite the difficulty for being on the show that has already the input from the audience as well.
Yeah, I think I will just close Discord now, or minimize it.
Yeah, just don't close it completely.
I can focus.
So how is it running? How many stories have you finished, or did you already finish one? How is the story finished?
Yeah, it's we already have one finished story. The first English story is finished, and it's you just have to read it.
Okay.
It's really ridiculous. I didn't see that coming. I was really hoping for something a little bit honestly, I in the beginning I didn't see it coming like this, that it would actually work. But now we have 3 languages, or at least tomorrow 3 languages, and I really see this as an international project. And also I was asked. I'm talking to people outside the Steam blockchain, to my friends and everyone. And everyone likes it. Everyone likes the idea. I was even asked by a teacher if it would be possible to make this more accessible for children, so that it could be used in schools, maybe for educational purposes, like writing exercise that children actually enjoy participating in such stories. And of course, since the inspiration came from my nieces, I would totally love to open this up for a younger audience. And I also see this project as kind of a promotional effort for the Steam blockchain in general, because I already see how it attracts people from outside, and the only difficulty is how to create accounts. But we already have a very nice idea for this, so this hopefully won't be a problem. And I really hope that once the French version started, and there will be a few minor and major updates in the near future, and then I will go crazy with promotion. I will do Facebook promotion and everything once this account creation process is done. And
you see the
I
hint
really
from
hope
Diego. There is a hint.
A hint from Diego?
Yeah.
Sign up Utopian IO. Yeah. Now, Diego, I'm sorry. It will be signupthemagicfrog.com.
No, this is a hint. Go to get one of the VIPOs, the very important project owners, with a direct link to or direct connection to TechSludge. She's helping you doing whatever marketing, entrepreneurship you want to do.
Yeah. I already realized that I should try this.
yeah, definitely you should.
Yeah.
So MKT, thanks a lot, and for sure I know I have read all.
If there's one more moment, I would
there
have
is one
more
moment.
thing.
Not
to
many
say.
much more moments, but there is one more.
Yeah, but one, and I will just use this opportunity now. This project, it heavily relies on. For one part, it relies on communities to participate, but also it's about the reward. You get rewarded by participating in this project, but the rewards, on the other hand, rely on the accounts that manage those stories. And currently, I think the rewards are really a little bit too low, especially for every new language that gets launched. And I really need support from. Actually, I'm currently writing a post with the title "A Frog Asking for Help from the Whales," and you know where this is leading to.
Absolutely,
So,
and we will support. The bad thing is we are out of this show in 1 minute. So please keep us informed, MKT. Next week,
I will definitely.
Next week in Utopian, we are going to have for sure another guest. We did not line up yet, but it will be. And we are going to start the raffle. So we are going to start giveaways within the show. And this is going to be live next week, Wednesdays, always at 7 p.m. UTC. Thanks a lot for tuning in.